For those who haven't played, Dandy's World is a multiplayer game that dropped in 2024, blending cute tunes, creepy vibes, and a collection Aton-style gameplay loop. Think colorful characters, eerie maps, and a whole lot of charm. It's available on tons of devices, mobile, PC, even VR, and it's super lightweight with maps that don't hog memory. And fun fact is that if you have checked it out in VR, you might have noticed there's literally nothing generated behind those doors. It's all smoke and mirrors, but it works. The game has got an aesthetic that appeals to creepypasta stories that hook players. I mean, especially the massive army of iPad kids right from the jump. But here's the question, is the charm enough to keep it going? Let's rewind to 2024, Dandy's World had a momentum. The tunes were adorable yet creepy. The vibe was like a kid's show with a dark twist. That first impression was electric. The art style, the novelty of the main cast, the creepypasta undertones, it was fresh and players ate it up. I mean, the presentation was so good it got people hooked, even if the gameplay mechanics weren't exactly groundbreaking. Compared to other games released around the same time, Dandy's World wasn't the deepest in terms of mechanics, but it had that spark. You know how some games just feel special at first? That was Dandy's World. It rode this wave of alpha status quo, and honestly it worked. Devs slapped that alpha label on it, and for a while it shielded them from hardcore criticism. Smart move, right? But here's where things get interesting. Fast forward to 2025, and Dandy's World feels different. Some players I have talked to say they loved it at first, but after unlocking a few mains, they bounced. Why? Well, the game's focus seems to have shifted. It's less about the core gameplay and more about collecting and showing off skins. Kinda like dress to impress, but instead of dressing up, you're just collecting tunes and cosmetics. Don't get me wrong, the skins are cool, but when they start feeling like the main draw, you have got to ask, is this what the game was supposed to be? Back in 2024, it had so much potential, unique maps, creepy vibes, a cast that felt alive. But somewhere along that way, it didn't quite ride that momentum the way it could have. You know how it is. When a game is got hype, you have got to keep the pedal down. Dandy's World, it kinda coasted. Now let's talk about the alpha label. The game's still in alpha in July 2025. And I have got to be real, that means nothing to me. You can slap alpha on anything, but it doesn't change what the game is. A ton of devs use alpha or early access to dodge criticism, and Dandy's World has leaned into that hard. Don't get me wrong, it's a good game at its core, the accessibility across devices, the low memory usage, the creepy cute aesthetic, it's still got charm, but some of those core gameplay mechanics, they are not quite fixed yet. Whether it's clunky controls, repetitive loops, or just a lack of depth, players are noticing. And the creepypasta novelty and cool cast, it's still there, but good things come to an end if you don't build on them. Well, was it ever overglazed? Let's analyze a little bit. So let's break down the overglazed question with a timeline. Back in September 2024, was Dandy's World overglazed? Nah, I don't think so. The hype was real and it felt earned. Fast forward to February 2025, and yeah, it was definitely overglazed. Expectations were sky high, and the alpha glow was still keeping criticism at bay, but now in July 2025, the glaze is wearing off. The player numbers are reflecting that. People are not hyping it up like they used to. It's not a bad game, don't get me wrong, but it's not the masterpiece some thought it would be. So what's the future for Dandy's World? It still has potential, no doubt. The foundation's there. Cool aesthetic, accessible gameplay, and a vibe that's still unique. But if devs wanna keep players around, they have got to fix those core mechanics and maybe lean less on the skin collecting grind. Add some depth to the gameplay, maybe new modes or maps that feel fresh. The creepypasta charm is still a draw, but it's not enough on its own anymore. I would love to see them take a risk, maybe a new story element or a mechanic that shakes things up. But do you think the game needs to bounce back? Drop your ideas in the comments. Alright, let's wrap this up. Is Dandy's World overglazed in July 2025? I would say it's not anymore. Players are seeing it for what it is, and the hype's cooled off. Was it ever overglazed? Yeah, back in early 2025, for sure. But there's still something special here, even if it's not perfect. So I wanna hear from you. Do you think Dandy's World is still overglazed? Was it ever? Or is it just a game that needs a little more time to shine? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's get the discussion going. If you enjoyed this deep dive, give this video a like, subscribe for more gaming takes and hit the bell so you don't miss the next one.